Breaking. Trump administration halts all new student visa interviews. This sudden decision has sent shockwaves through the international student community. Dreams of studying in America, now frozen in place. Thousands of students who had planned to start their academic journey in the US are now left in limbo. Futures, once bright with promise, are now shrouded in uncertainty. The excitement of new beginnings has turned into anxiety and despair. A State Department cable delivered the chilling news. Effective immediately, a pause. This abrupt halt has left many questioning their next steps. No new student visa interviews would be scheduled. The once bustling embassy halls are now eerily silent. This affects F, M, and J visas. These are the lifelines for students and exchange visitors, now abruptly severed. Student and exchange visitor programs are impacted. Universities are grappling with the sudden change, trying to support their international students. Embassy doors once open to students now seem firmly shut. The path to education in the US has become a maze of uncertainty. The administration cites national security. They argue that this measure is essential to protect the country. They claim it's a necessary measure to keep terrorists out. However, the broad impact on students raises questions about the true intent, yet many observers are skeptical. Students hopeful and ambitious are now voicing their concerns and frustrations. They are caught in the political crossfire. Their dreams and futures hang in the balance as the world watches and waits. This decision could reshape the future of international education and the lives of thousands of students. Do you think social media should be used to decide who gets into America? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading everyone. Like, if you believe education should be a right, not a risk. Subscribe for more breaking news that matters, and don't forget to share this video to keep the world informed. The visa interview freeze is only part of the story. It's a symptom of a much larger issue that has been brewing for some time now. The current administration is pushing for expanded social media vetting, a move that has raised eyebrows and concerns among privacy advocates. This means a deep, intrusive dive into applicants' digital lives, scrutinizing every post, like, and comment. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter, are all under the microscope. All will be subject to intense scrutiny, with officials meticulously combing through digital footprints. What exactly are they searching for? The stated aim is to identify potential national security threats, but the scope is broad. The criteria for such threats remain dangerously vague, leaving much to interpretation. Could your political opinions be flagged? Your posts about protests or social justice issues? These are real concerns. Freedom of expression feels increasingly fragile in this new landscape of digital surveillance. A student's digital footprint could become a decisive factor in their future, impacting their opportunities. This could become a significant barrier to achieving an American education, a dream for many international students. Privacy advocates are sounding the alarm. Students are expressing profound anxiety. The sheer scope of data collection is breathtaking. Is this a justifiable security measure, or a gross invasion of privacy? Universities and the broader higher education community are deeply frustrated. They foresee dire consequences. International students are an asset, not a threat. Institutions fear a significant financial hit. A sharp decline in international student enrollment is now a very real possibility. The ripple effects will be far-reaching. This latest policy feels disturbingly familiar. It echoes the sentiments and actions we've seen before, raising questions about its true intent and implications. It is consistent with President Trump's past actions on immigration. His administration has often used similar measures, citing national security as the primary reason. National security rhetoric has often been the public justification. This narrative is frequently employed to garner support and mitigate opposition. But critics perceive a troubling pattern. They argue that these policies are less about security and more about exclusion, a pattern of exclusion, of control, of targeting specific groups. This has led to widespread protests and public outcry. Some observers see a broader, more calculated agenda at play. They suggest that these actions are part of a larger strategy. They believe this is part of a crackdown on universities. Institutions that foster critical thinking and diverse perspectives are particularly targeted, especially institutions perceived as bastions of liberal thought. These universities are seen as breeding grounds for dissent and opposition. The State Department offered no immediate comment. Their silence only adds to the speculation and concern. The soul of academic freedom is at stake. The outcome of this policy could have far-reaching consequences for educational institutions and the principles they uphold.